Hey! All right, hello everybody. How is it going out there in internet land? Yes. Today we've got one that, well, is special to my heart. Why? Because I've been using this app for the last couple of years and it's amazing and no one seems to know about it. But before I get through all that, firstly, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Let's see, you guys are watching this. That's awesome. If you have questions and stuff, you could theoretically come on to the show because we will post a link in the chat. You click on that link, you can actually come on here and ask questions. Of course, you can just type questions into the comments and I will see them. But if you wanted to come on and, hey, how's it going, Norman, and ask a question, you can do that. But if you do that, I always forget this, turn down your LinkedIn thing or turn down the LinkedIn thing because otherwise we get a whole bunch of echo. We'll deal with them when the time comes. Okay, today we are talking about Microsoft Loop. Yes, so forever there's been Microsoft Word, there's been Microsoft Excel, there's been Microsoft PowerPoint, there's been Microsoft Outlook, there's been the various Microsoft apps that you've known forever. I mean, my God, each of those is, I don't know, easily over 20 years old. And then just a couple of years ago, Microsoft said, hey, we've got something new for you. And that is Microsoft Loop. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. I'm actually going to use Loop on this webinar, which is crazy because it's hopefully going to work, because I know it's going to work. Live demo, who knows? But before we get into all of that, I've got a couple of guests on the show today. Why? Because Loop is all about collaboration. So today we have Josh and Chloe from RCS. Guys, you want to introduce? Oh, by the way, I'm Norman Dweck from RCS. And Josh, let's introduce yourself.
Hey, I've been in the IT space for about 20 so years. Been at RCS for about a year, and excited to be here. Excited to talk about Loop. It's one of my favorite features.
And Chloe?
My name is Chloe. I have been with RCS for almost 6 years now, and I've been working with Norman for a couple of years, and I'm an account manager here at RCS, and I've been using Loop quite a bit with Norman, so excited.
All right. So Chloe has actually been on a webinar before. She's a pro. Josh, first time. Although what he doesn't know is he's actually been on a webinar before because that's him right there.
Yep.
There he is at the mud run.
Yep. As best I can.
So let's get right into this. So Microsoft made Loop. So why did they make Loop? Essentially what they saw was they were looking around with the way people were working, and they saw a couple of things that just the things they had weren't working. The Word, Excel, OneNote, the various things they had just weren't working. One of those concepts that they were dealing with was the idea that if you are brainstorming or you're just random note-taking or you're doing some planning, those apps just don't really work all that well. Word is too structured to really work in a way that the messiness of brainstorming, it doesn't allow for that messiness of brainstorming. And something like OneNote, where I happen to take a ton of notes in OneNote, Microsoft actually removed the ability to share a OneNote page a couple of years ago. And they ever so hintingly said, we've got new functionality coming for you. I think that functionality is Loop because they've never added the sharing back into OneNote. So, but that's, you're going to see how OneNote really is much better for the messiness of random note-taking, of brainstorming, of planning, of all kinds of things. And then on the other side, Microsoft realized everybody's in different places now, right? We've got this whole COVID thing is over, and now people are working from all over the place. I mean, we had people working from all over the place before, but now people are really working from all over the place. I'm in New York. Josh, where are you?
Southern California.
Chloe, where are you?
Southern California.
See, not in the same place. By the way, those two are not in the same place. So none of us are in the same place right now. And the apps that they have just didn't work well as far as being able to collaborate in real time. So let's get right into making a workspace. I'm going to share my screen. Ta-da! See, I did that with no hands. Thanks, Alex. He's behind the scenes, making sure things go well and happen. Okay, so here we are in my loop. Loop exists on the cloud. It exists in a web page. Josh actually noticed this one just a second before this thing. Microsoft is changing all of their web apps over to this concept of cloud.microsoft.com, and this one lives at loop.cloud.microsoft. So here we go. I'm going to create. So Loop is arranged into. There's a whole bunch of different spots to it, which is great. There are workspaces. So if you have this concept of, hey, I'm going to be starting this sort of project and I want to put it in a different workspace, this is where you're going to want to do things. Because when you make a workspace, you can make multiple pages in that workspace and you can put components in there. But I jump ahead. So let me create a workspace. I'm going to click on my Create New button, New Workspace. I'm going to call this Loop Webinar Demo. I'm going to share my space right now. Okay, this is going to be the interesting part. I'm having a decent typing day out there, folks. Only a couple of typos on that one. It's pretty good for me. Right, Chloe?
Yeah, let's see how the rest of this goes.
Oh, my God. Now I'm nervous. Okay, so wow. So I started typing demonstrating the functionality of Loop, and it's giving me, it's looked into my Microsoft 365, and it's saying, hey, there's these documents and stuff that you've had. Maybe you want to build on those things. There is also, where is it? No. Oh, there's also templates at some point. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. I'm in my Loop webinar demo workspace. And at this point, it started me off with an untitled page. And I can do all kinds of stuff in this untitled page. And I am a little bit waiting for Chloe and Josh to hop on here. But while I do that, I am going to say, I'm going to name this something crazy like this page. Yeah. I'm going to add an icon.
Just got the email now.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. These guys be hopping on. Watch up here, by the way, because that says I'm on right now.
I'm racing.
I'm on live.
Who's going to be first?
Use a Kiwi.
Oh, nope.
We're going to use a Kiwi. And add a little cover to this. I think this
This page. There we go. Hey, pretty close. Tied. I'll give it to Chloe. I think she will.
I'm going to use this on the next one. Okay, so here they are. Here's Josh. Here's Chloe. We're all here. And let's start with a component. So now they're on here. They can see what I'm seeing, and I'll actually show it to you once we start going. My color's red. Josh is green. Chloe's blue. That's important. Keep that in mind. Here's Josh's green. See, he's moving around. I can just start typing things, or hey, there we go. There we go. Or I can hit my /. I can hit my /. I can hit my /. I can
I do it.
click somewhere else. Here we go. This is my /. Oh!
There we go.
Come on.
That one's mine.
Hang on. Ready, hang on. Okay, here we go.
Okay, all right.
We're back. Let me take a quick drink on that one. All right, so on this page, we can put a whole bunch of different components. Components are really the most important thing in Loop, which you will see in a little bit, because I'm going to use components in such an awesome way. I'm going to use it in all kinds of different applications, and you're going to see the real power of Loop. So let's take a component here. Let's use an Oh, and there's all kinds of components. I actually just sat and tested all the million different components they had the other day. But let's start with a quick bulleted list. Sure. Oh, why? So these are my bullets. And now I'm just creating a bulleted list. What you will see that Chloe is going to be able to jump in here and start writing also. And I'm going to just move that bullet in and make these sub bullets here. And this is like, here we go. I mean, we're full on collaborating in real time. I can see what's happening, what they're typing as they're typing it. This is not like Excel where you can be in the same thing at the same time. You can't really see what they're saying until they hit enter. No, this is live. This is happening. You can see it as it's happening, which, as Chloe and I know, when we were doing some of our stuff in Loop, is great. So like, what have we used this concept for? We've had to write down all of the job functions of procurement. Chloe, Jack, and I got on this, and you saw that much happening. Just imagine that much happening for like 10 minutes of just throwing stuff at the page, which is just concepts. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's this and that. We're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. It's this job function. Oh, but you know what? We thought of this. There's not only job functions, there's who does what. And it balloons so quickly, but it's great because it's all here and it's all happening in real time, which is awesome. So what do I have here? I have a couple of pages. We are going to get rid of, and we are going to create another page. Oh, before I go to another page, yes, I can add another type of component in here. So let's see, task list. Okay. Demo. Loop. I'll assign that one to Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make a due date of today. We'll put that in, fine. Put that in.
I just got a Teams message that I was assigned a task.
Oh, awesome. I actually didn't know that was going to happen. Sweet. I'll assign that one to Norman. We'll get to that. Oh, wait, I can't sign myself. Yeah, of course I can. I'm also going to do that today. So you're seeing how for all kinds of different things that's popping into your head, you can just make this happen here. Well, this is why I say, as far as brainstorming goes, this thing is great. I mean, there's so many different kinds of, you know what, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to start another page while that's all happening. So many different kinds of things here. Do you have to add an icon? No. Do you have to add a cover? No. It's just go. Let's see. And
one of my other favorite things about this is you can add. So right now I'm in Planner on my desktop, and if you go down to that list again on this page, there should be another task. That should be task name. Okay, adding this. Interesting. Okay. Well, I see it. Never mind. Forget that.
Is it?
It should be in that. Yeah, it should be in that. It should be in that list.
Oh, what's happening here?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was entered from Planner. Sometimes it takes a little bit to swing back over, and same thing from Teams. These loop components, everywhere you're editing, it's all live, all in the same spot.
So that's great. So what he's focusing on is that Planner is another one of Microsoft's apps in the whole ecosystem of Microsoft's apps and Microsoft 365. And Planner is great because, well, you can plan all kinds of projects with it and keep track of all of the tasks and functions going on in that project. In fact, you can make Kanban boards. You can do all this in Planner. I have a planner up on my screen all the time because it's the way I keep track of the things I need to do. So this task thing, sorry, I'm pointing over here because that's the screen you are seeing. This task thing is featured, but it's not as fully featured as Planner, which is great because you can take this thing and throw it into Planner and really use the functionality of Planner. So this is not this island. No, Microsoft's taking into account the other stuff that they have in the ecosystem and being able to use it all in here. Let's get back to my other page over here. Let's see. What do we want to see? Oh, I mentioned the Kanban board. Yeah, you know how much I like a Kanban board.
Love a Kanban board.
So this is another way of seeing your tasks. It's a visual way of seeing all your tasks. You have your to-dos, you're in progress, you're on hold, you're done. Great, you can see the whole thing. And let's see. I gotta start coming up with better tasks.
Tie my shoes.
My shoes.
Here, I'll add one.
Where's water? Great. I'm going to make myself the owner of this one. So now what's wonderful about a Kanban board, right? So here I can see what my to-dos are. I can see what's in progress. And this really gets really nice. You can drag things from one place to the other. So as you are moving through what you need to do, you move that with you. That's the idea behind a Kanban board. You'll be able to see all your tasks, what's in progress, what you've done, what's on hold. The Kanban board isn't really the important part of this, but the fact that I'm doing this in loop live with other people, being able to do it at the same time and move tasks around and really work together in this thing is what I'm showing here, which is great. So let's see. Can I make a page from a template? Yes, here we go. Loop template. Yes. Okay. There are tons of loop templates. Let's see. What do we want to choose? How about a stand-up meeting? Sure. We'll try it. Use template. I've never used this one before. Use template to collect ideas and updates and ideas and blockers. Raise your team. Project name. Project name is Loopy. Yes. Scope. Everywhere. Oh no, it's going south on me. Everywhere. Loop is updates. So you see, it has a whole bunch of these templates, which are really nice because it gives you the various components automatically there. So you just start filling things in, which is wonderful. This is a updates component. This is an action items component. Oh, you know what a cute component is? Let's get a new component in here. Move out of the way. Voting. Go. Give me a voting table.
Oh,
voting.
I love that one.
What?
I love the voting one. We use that a lot.
So this is great. My idea. Let's do a webinar on Loop. Let's have others join it. To Loop. None, of course. Also could be a positive. And people can vote on these. So you can make this whole voting table. People can vote on it, which is very cool. We've got 2 votes in here already. Oh, I just voted on it. We're all into this idea. Let's do a webinar on Loop. Can we do a webinar on Loop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Democracy works. We got it.
Okay, so what else do you guys think we should go over in this thing before I get to Loop components? Anything else? I mean, there's so
Um,
much going on here. I feel like I've touched on nothing here.
no, I think just like pointing out, it's really easy to see where the other person is writing or where their mouse is. I feel like I always had issues with that in like Docs or Word when I was working with someone else. So Loop makes it really easy to see, and it's quick too. Like me and Norman will be working on something at the same time, and I can see exactly where he's typing, so I'm not typing over him or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let me.
I really like
give
looking at
a-
being able, like I touched on earlier, just being able to use this in the data that's being pushed into Loop or being conglomerated inside of Loop is really everywhere in the Microsoft ecosystem. Once you get it in there, as long as you have access to it, you can update tasks, move projects along into their different buckets in a project, in a Kanban or anything like that, and get information more quickly, or at least consensus more quickly in an organization.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. And it's going to get even quicker once I show you where you can put Loop components. But before I do that, let's see what sort of components I can make. Let's see, I've got a table. Table is exactly what you think it is. Looks like a table with cells and rows and columns. A checklist. What the hell? What a checklist. Do this. Do that. Right? Checklist.
Or you can strike it out. That's nice.
Yep.
When you check it off.
Oh, yeah, that is nice. Oh, and Microsoft's like, Microsoft's constantly adding new things to this. Oh, I'm looking at these components now. I don't think this is what it was a year ago. I'm pretty sure there are more now. I know because yesterday I had to make a page and look at every single Loop component because I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. Never seen this one. Numbered list, date, call out. Not a single typo.
Thanks, Tom.
See that?
Excellent.
So that's a call out. It's on the page there. As you know, you're cruising through. Great, that call out is sitting on the page. Code. This is one of those things that I get a kick out of. Everything here is kind of based at anyone who's coming up with ideas and making stuff, and then they kind of throw this code one in here. It's like, hey, we're coders. We wrote this thing. We want this component type. We're putting a code component in there. And yes, this is exactly what it is. You can write code on it. Mermaid is fascinating. It's a way to do flowcharts, except that you do the flowcharts you with words. Like you type in what you want the flowchart to say, and then it makes the flowchart. It's kind of a geeky thing when you actually see it. Table of contents. Oh, hang on. Table of contents. That's an important one. Can I put it up here? Yes, I can. Is it going to work if I do this? Let's see what it's going to happen. Table of contents. Okay, sick. So it picked up that there are these components here. There's a tasks one. There's a Q&A. I can go straight to tasks. I can go straight to Q&A. As I add more things, it'll add them to the table of contents. A divider is just a line across. Styles, headings. A collapsible heading is, why don't I do that? Collapsible heading is collapse. Oh yeah. Collapse. There's a lot of exclamation marks in this webinar. Not collapse. Collapse is not an easy word to type.
No.
Maybe I should just look at the screen as I'm doing this. There we go. Whew, that was difficult. Boom, collapsed.
Oh, that's
collapsed.
nice.
No. Okay, good. I've got, so there are some interesting ones. Task links you saw, voting table you saw, progress tracker. This tracks progress on task. Come on board. You saw team retrospective. Lets you type out, hey, these are the things that happened, which is awesome. Q&A session. We just saw that one again. I can add all kinds of things. I can add other apps in here, which is amazing. So, okay, so now I've got my Loop workspace, except that only certain ones of us actually work in this. Like Chloe and I work in our Loop workspace, but Jeff, Tim, I don't even think they've opened this page once. But I have got them using Loop. And how is that happening? Because you can take all of these components that I just talked about. Okay, here's where the real power is. You can take all these components that I just talked about, and you can put them into a Teams message. You can put them into a Outlook email. You can put them into OneNote. You can put them into Word. And this is sick. So we're going to do this right now. Which way should we do it? Should we take a component and put it in? Sure, that's what we're going to do. Take a component.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan to me. So it should be over on the side.
Figure out
Yeah.
how to grab this component. I will do it. Aha, things are getting better.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, we're going to create this loop component. Pew, goes through this nice little pew. It should have a sound effect like woo as it's making the component. And then here we go. I'm going to copy this component. Sick. Okay. Can view. Let's change them. I want them to be able to do more than that. Can edit. Apply. Rolling. Here we go. Bringing over Teams. Don't get crazy. Okay. Always the scary part. What's going to pop up in Teams? So this is our channel for this webinar. So whenever we make a webinar, we make a channel for it, and then we keep all of our things that we're thinking about in that channel. The files that we need, if there's a presentation, it's in there, various posts. And this is actually I was using this is how I was collecting my thoughts for this webinar. It's actually, this is the printout of it, which is essentially what I want to talk about. And we are going to start a new post. And no, I don't want to. Oh, there we go.
There it goes. Yep.
Sick. Okay, so what I did was I just hit Control V to paste it in there. And now here it is. Let me send that out. Okay, that loop component that I just tossed in there is in this channel. Anybody with access to this channel is now seeing this loop component. So whereas you often put things in a Teams chat or a Teams channel and it's this static thing. Oh, okay, here's the list of whatever. Great, and you throw it in the thing and that's a static thing and it doesn't help anybody. This allows you to put something that's totally not static into your Teams chat. So yeah, at any point, someone can keep going in here. I know I can add a task. Let's add a task. Use this in Teams. Josh is getting that one right now. There we go. He's putting that. This is in his Teams. He's using this.
Yep.
Okay. Just in case you don't believe me, I'm going to make a new component, right? Because you saw he was on the loop.cloud.microsoft page, and he could be editing in there. I've asked you to sort of trust that he was editing in Teams. No problem. I'm going to make a new loop component, and I am going to, here it is right here. So this is going to be a new loop component. Separate than that workspace, separate than that web page. He has no idea what's about to happen. Neither does Chloe. Neither does Norman, actually. So let's make this component here. We're gonna make this I love a checklist. Yeah. Okay. Where'd it go? Did it do it? Did I lose it? Okay. Okay. Let's just name this checklist. Yo, do this. so many exclamation marks. Stay hydrated. Just assume that says stay hydrated. Yep. Still last licks of summer here. I don't know. And now I'm going to post this. Oh, Alex is on there. So now I've sent that out to this channel, and well, Chloe and at least Chloe's gonna get
Waiting for Microsoft time to process.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, we have to be added to this team.
That's how you know it's not pre-recorded. We gotta wait.
That's right. So it was interesting in the demo.
Yeah.
Fine. While you guys are doing that, like Copilot, add some tasks. Go camping. Yeah, kid, ride a bike. I love you, Copilot. That was great. Okay. Are you guys on here yet?
No, are we in the?
Oh, I see the problem.
There you go. Yeah, we gotta be added.
Yeah, we're not in webinars.
Sent a request to join, or maybe you could add us. This would be a good exercise, maybe. If you go up to the webinars, hit the little ellipsis menu thing over on your left-hand side. Yeah, there you go. And then no up. Yeah, there you go. And then maybe members. No, I think it's on the root. Or maybe manage channel. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And then
oh, here you go. Add a couple of members here.
Yay.
Okay, get back to here. Load up.
Yep, there we go. I got it.
Okay. Hey, it didn't quite do this the way I wanted to.
Oh, it added a numbered list, not a task. Was that Copilot?
That's Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on, I gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, do the task.
Here we go.
Oh, it's a task.
Can't check it off if you haven't done it.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know it could do that. You can do a numbered list that has tasks. Oh, no, it's all one task. It's all one task.
Yeah.
It's all one task.
You were very busy for a very short amount of time.
Still can't get this to work the way I want it to work. I've lost my whole thing.
Maybe let's see.
Oh, we're back. Okay. Tell you what. We're going for a new component. Bullets are so fun. So much fun.
I love a list.
All right.
Same here.
Here we go. You can see they're both on here right now already.
Yep.
And they can start adding to it. which is great. Okay, so I don't know if you're appreciating what's happening here, but this is in a Teams chat. That all this is happening. Yes, by the way, I'm doing it in a channel, but yes, you can do it in a chat. It'll work just fine in a chat. So whereas I used to be like, we were just thinking about, oh, hey, how you doing? Full of happiness. Wonderful. Good to see you from Indonesia. That's amazing. I was in Indonesia when? 2 years ago? I was in Indonesia 2 years ago. So, yeah, whereas you always would say like, oh, guys, how about this idea for a webinar? And you'd post it and it was it. It would never go anywhere. This allows these whole concepts, all of these things can be live and alive, which is great. So let's take that component. Let's copy that component. We're going to grab an Outlook message. Let's see if this is going to be nice to us.
I do.
Yeah.
You get a component. Control V, drop that bad boy in there. Yay. And off it goes. Out into the ether. Hopefully to Josh and Chloe. So they can open it in their Outlook. And again, so great because once they get in their Outlook, it's live. It's not something that was just there and then is gone. No, it's live the whole time.
Yep.
And then, so you might be thinking, great. Oh, are you doing this on the email?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Come on, how cool is this, everybody? I mean, Loop to me is why people have not heard about this. I don't know. It's such a great piece of software.
Yep. I'm not even in a reply. It's just I'm reading the email. The Loop component is there. You're able to edit this live
you don't
document.
have to go back to Loop and
Correct.
open it in a different browser, do the whole thing. Like, and just respond.
Same thing. When this component is pasted wherever, it's live wherever you can read it. Teams, Planner, tasks, OneNote, wherever the component lives, you can edit it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so great. It can live in all these places. And you got this little shared locations thing. It's saying, okay, here's that email that I had it open in. I can click on that and it would open the email. Oh, does this? So I got a question here. Does it work for people outside of your company?
That's what we've come into a little bit. So yes and no. If you have a tenant relationship, you can. If you do not have a tenant relationship, so it's like org to org, B2B, it's sticky. Yeah.
Not quite, maybe. It's one of those. Not quite,
Yeah,
sort of, maybe. Microsoft maybe says yes. If you get the permissions right, which is always an interesting thing in Microsoft world, maybe it can work. So that's my answer, our answer. So now imagine that this was just a regular channel and we were doing things. Okay, and I made another one. More. And you'd see that your Loop component would go up the screen just like in every other chat. The later things push everything else off the screen. So how do I get back to that Loop component if I just don't remember where it is? Well, there is a spot, and it's right back here in our loop workspace area. Go back to loop here. Let me do a little refresh here. Okay. Remember that loop? Wait. Which one of it was it? One of these. What did I
This
call
page.
it? I don't
It
remember
was this
anymore.
page.
Which one?
Oh, bullets. Is that what you're looking for? Bullets?
Yeah. Well, oh, you know what it is? Did I name it? I did name it. Let's go. Let's go, Loop. Come on, show it to me.
It's Microsoft time again. Sometimes it takes a minute to.
Mhm.
So what's going to happen eventually is those components will be in here. You know what? It actually did this to me yesterday when I was looking at this also. It takes a bit for this to really show up.
Yep.
But while I'm looking at that, you remember this page we made a while ago. I made this loop component. So that's what it's taking me to here. Come on, Loop. You can do it. Well, what would happen normally is your recent components would show up there and you'd be able to click on it and get your component.
Are we on meeting notes or all maybe?
Yeah, maybe
I
all.
wonder if we're.
Ooh, let's see.
So,
The suspense is killing me.
Maybe not.
Oh, come on.
I guess
This is a
not.
different week. That's this week. You like that week? No. No. No, it hates me. It eventually shows up there. I'll take my word for it. It eventually shows up there.
It shows who's on the pages too. That's cool.
What's that?
Who's actively on?
Oh yeah, that is cool.
Page.
Yeah. I see the bullets in my list.
Do you?
So just to scroll down, maybe it might. Yeah, it might be down at the bottom. No. Yeah. Well, it shows up on mine. It works on my machine, as every programmer will say. It works on my machine. I don't know what the problem is over there. Yeah.
Everybody out there in LinkedIn land is like, is Josh telling the truth right now? He's just covering.
It's there, I swear. Trust me. Can't you trust this face? Come on now.
Of course. Absolutely. Okay. So we got that one question about does it work for people outside of the company? Anybody have any other questions about Loop? Because, I mean, there's a whole lot in here, and I kind of went a bit quick about it.
Did you show that you could insert videos from stream?
Did I? Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Recording a video on a webinar. No idea if that's going to work. We're going to go for it.
Oh, it gives you some cool time. All right.
Hello, Norman. What's going on? Yes, I'm talking to you. And Chloe and Josh. I am putting this in here so that you guys can see the functionality of Loop. Yes.
Now go to review.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, you're not going to hear this because sick. Add.
Perfect.
Well, spinning around. There we go. Thank you, Chloe. I do. Okay. Does anybody remember Crazy Eddie out there? That reminded me of a Crazy Eddie commercial. His prices are insane. What else? I think we really covered a whole bunch of stuff here. Like there's just so much. It's just, again, there's so many different kinds of components, and use the components everywhere. I mean, Chloe and I happen to use Loop in the the workspaces, because when we do something, we're looking at like a whole bunch of different parts of it. So for example, when we did the VCIO process, so one of the things we do is a lot of client relations. When we decided to map out the VCIO process, we had pages for all kinds of things. It was pages for what clients would expect of us, what we're currently doing, what are the hopes and dreams. Like, we had pages for all these things, so that having that all together in that one workspace and siloed to their separate pages was so great for us. But the way I see most people using us, and certainly the way most people in our company is using it, is via the components that you are throwing into something like a Word, like a Teams message or an email. Josh, how are you seeing people using it?
Pretty much all of that. Been forcing is the wrong word, but really encouraging people to get into Teams using these tasks. It's really beneficial for organizations that are looking at a way to maximize their money. Because if you're on the Microsoft ecosystem and you're paying for what is it, business? I think it comes with standard, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't even need to get the big pro whatever licenses.
Correct.
It's, you're looking at hey, maybe we're looking at, not to denigrate Atlassian or anything, but you're looking at another cost to go out there for another provider, or Atlassian or Asana or any of these other platforms. It's not the same, but there's a lot of feature parity in all of these components where you can start tracking things. Maybe you feel like you bring a solutions expert in-house, or pay somebody to come in and help you implement these processes in your business. But I feel like there's a lot of recaptured cost, at least in time, trying to mine information from everybody and keep it all in one place and visible.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
I saw some people talking about using Loop, maybe for a smaller company, kind of as a replacement for Notion, where they keep a lot of their internal information and share it out that way. Because people can add to it if they need to, if things change.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, I think we've really shown people the power of Loop. Use Loop, people. It's really that great. It is. All right. So if there's nothing else, we're gonna get back to work using Loop, of course. And
Alex said, here,
we got future events coming up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, of course. Oh my, how could I do that? Walk away without saying the future events. Jeez. All right, let's go to our little events page. Boop. All right, what do we got? Loop. There we are. Oh, this is nice. Senior Citizens Council Community Expo. That's cool. We've got, okay. So you saw me use Copilot there for a second. Well, Google, not to be outdone, they have Gemini, and we are going to show you what Gemini can do. So Microsoft Copilot, sick. It's awesome. I use it all the time. Chloe, all the time.
Wow.
Like, we're all into it. It's every day I'm thinking of new things I can use Copilot for. Well, Gemini in the Google Workspace, great. All of those things and more. Oh, yes, we're doing a webinar on MDR. What is MDR? MDR is really the next level of seeing if someone is a hacker on your computer. This is like one of those things you kind of need at this point. There was antivirus, great, but now we're so far beyond that. Hackers are so much smarter than tripping up an antivirus. They can be on your computer, your antivirus won't say a thing. MDR, that's what we're going to talk about, and that's key, both on your computer and in the cloud. It's going to be checking for whether there's a hacker on there. So important. And yes, always, back in December, fish and business themes, birds of a feather. By the way, I saw Trey at See Here Now on the beach yesterday. Yes, awesome. Love Trey. He brought on
Nice.
Springsteen. It was sick. So yes, we have our our Birds of a Feather Fish and Business Themes networking webinar, which is awesome because everybody comes on and they get to talk about what they do instead of hearing me talk all the time. And we get together and figure out how we can help each other. And so those are the items that we've got coming up, which I'm quite excited about. It's a full calendar over here.
Yeah, really.
What else? What else did I forget to do? I'm waiting for Alex to chime in on some sort of somewhere. It's going to happen. Okay, good. Then I think we've got it all.
Cool.
Good to go.
I want to thank you guys, Josh and Chloe, for helping me out with this. We couldn't have done it without you guys, obviously, because, well, Loop is all about collaboration, and you saw it happen in real time. And Alex, for taking care of everything behind the scenes. And that's it. I thank everybody out there, and thank you guys.
No problem.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.